Thank you for joining us again for Let the Bible Speak. We are delighted always to continue our discussion concerning the fruit of the Spirit. We've been talking about that. The Bible says in Galatians 5, verse 22, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, it's joy, it's peace, it's long suffering, it's kindness. We talked about goodness. And today we'll talk about faithfulness. It's faithfulness also. This idea of faithfulness signifies a trust. It is a trustworthiness about a person. And so a person who has the fruit of the Spirit, what they're demonstrating is that they are trustworthy in how they go about carrying out the actions that God has required of God-fearing people. Again, here's a person who says, I'm a Christian. I want to be Christ-like. I want to reflect Christ in my life. Then they're going to be, true to how they go about doing the will of God. They're going to be faithful in that. In 3 John chapter 1, verses 5 and 6, 3 John 1, verses 5 and 6, John says, Beloved, he says to his listeners, he says, you do faithfully whatever you do for the brethren and for strangers. So here he's talking about people who were extending hospitality, but they were doing it faithfully. They always would rise to the occasion to do what is required, because that's, again, who they were. These are God-fearing people. People who are Christians are supposed to be people who have the Spirit of God. And the way to know if a person have the Spirit, then you're going to be able to see the fruit of the Spirit being carried out in their lives. And one of the fruit, or part of the fruit of the Spirit, is this idea of faithfulness, being, carrying out the commands and the instructions of God in a faithful, trustworthy manner, being true to it and always doing it as a matter of practice. If you have additional questions concerning anything the Bible teach or even on this subject matter, we'd be more than happy to study with you. Feel free to call that number on the bottom of your screen, 843-553-5157, and we will be more than happy to provide you with additional materials. If you want to study, we can study together. But we encourage you, if you're saying, I'm a Christian, I'm a child of God, then we're going to encourage you to reflect the fruit of the Spirit. Today, we've talked about faithfulness, being true to the things that God has said and carrying those things out in a true and sincere manner. We'll talk to you next time.